distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
When it's time to build a home, remodel, or add on, Hamby Builders is this area's experienced construction company. From site selections to floors, doors, windows, trims, tile, bathrooms, and kitchen, the Hamby Builders team can make your home the home of your dreams. Hamby Builders is licensed and insured with over 20 years of experience in homes in Giles, Lawrence, Wayne, and Murray counties. Trust your home construction or light commercial project to the team with experience and integrity. Hamby Builders. Call 931-629-5264 or 931-629-9472 today.
Bring your outdoor dreams to life at Loretto Nursery and Landscaping. This one-stop shop can help you get your project done from start to finish. Go see for yourself. They have a wide variety of plants, from tropicals to ferns and trees, plus hanging baskets. What they have to offer goes beyond what looks good. They also supply concrete, mulch, compost, and drainage culverts. Don't forget about their on-lot buildings and chicken coops. You think that's all? You can also stop by to fill up your propane tank. Loretto Nursery and Landscaping has you covered. Stop by 409 South Military Street.
Nobody makes hauling more affordable than C&D Hauling. Serving southern Middle Tennessee and northern Alabama, they supply premium materials like asphalt, sand, gravel, and much more for whoever needs it, like contractors, builders, or homeowners. Call today for a free quote.
Uncle Irvin used to line up in a three-point stance in college.
It was more like a sprinter stance
Yeah.
than a three-point stance. It's
Yeah.
the best, way I could put it.
Nobody makes hauling more affordable than C&D Hauling. Serving southern Middle Tennessee and northern Alabama, they supply premium materials like asphalt, sand, gravel, and much more for whoever needs it, like contractors, builders, or homeowners. Call today for a free quote.
Welcome to Mid-South Barndominiums. We realize there's a lot of options when it comes to finding a builder for your next home. Here at Mid-South, we understand that customer service, quality, and selections are very important. It's a very large time, money, and an emotional investment, and we're here to listen and care. We realize the kitchen's the most used and abused room in the house. Our cabinets are locally custom made from Sanderson Cabinets out of Lawrenceburg. They're real wood, poplar or maple, whether you paint or stain. All comes with slow close hardware and many pull-out different style options to choose from.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to X Sports Today. AJ Good with Michael Marks. Taylor Plott will be joining us here shortly. And Mike finally finished up the week one of the NFL season last night. A pretty good game between the Vikings and the Bears. Bears looked like they were dominating early on. Got a pick six, made it 17-6. You're thinking, okay, they're cruising to a win. But man, Vikings really came on strong. I believe, trying to think off the top of my head, they scored 21 unanswered there at one point and came away with a week one win. J.J. McCarthy outplayed Caleb Williams. It was one guy was great in the first, terrible in the second. The other was great in the second and terrible in the first there last night.
Yeah, I turned it on checking because I had a guy on the Bears in my fantasy team just checking the score, and it was 17-6. And the Vikings had just scored. They went for two to make it 17-14. They failed. And I was like, oh, this game's over, blah, blah, blah. And it seemed like the game that was, like you said, the game in the first half was not the game I saw in the second half. The Vikings came out and didn't do much in the third, but that fourth quarter, they just completely dominated from top to bottom. McCarthy looked confident. By the time he got to the fourth quarter, he was throwing it around. I mean, obviously didn't have the greatest stat line, but he was slinging it around, and they did a really good job with using two running backs. Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones both had great games. Jones more on the receiving end. But the Bears defense just got gashed there at the end, and this isn't an incredibly great Vikings offense either. So definitely a lot of question marks for the Bears on defense. And what I saw from Caleb Williams, he's just not the guy.
Yeah.
He's just having a hard time reading defenses, and he's got pieces around him that he just couldn't get him the ball.
And some of those throws were just way off. He had one. Trying to tie or go down at least tie or take the lead, has an open guy on an out route wide open, and I mean overshot him
by like 10 yards. It was bad.
I'm with you. I've never really been sold on him because he was walking in saying he wanted part of the ownership.
He wanted to own.
I'm like, dude, you haven't thrown a ball yet. Like do what a Tom Brady has done, do what a Peyton Manning has done, and then you can start having those conversations. You just can't have one of those conversations right now.
Yeah, no, and he did a decent job running the ball, but just his air game, like you were mentioning, that route late in the game to DJ Moore. That was the guy on my fantasy team. I'm sitting there watching it wide open and go right over his head, but. And NFL quarterbacks can't make that play.
No.
When it's down the stretch. I mean, you saw from the guy on the other end, J.J. McCarthy, when he needed to get a big play, they got a big play. The big touchdown pass to Aaron Jones, late to kind of seal that one. And Williams had pretty much the same throw and missed it. That's kind of the difference right now between the Bears and everyone else in the NFC North.
A lot of happy feet, a lot of kind of maybe looking to run before he got rid of the ball. He did make some good throws last night, but some of them were just, whew.
When he needed to make the throw, it wasn't coming.
Right, but the Vikings got the running game going. The defense was really good down the stretch. And, again, J.J. made some really good throws. Fitchell was able to find Justin Jefferson some. And once you get him involved in that offense, it's a different team.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it last year with Sam Darnold. When it was, we needed to score, it was get the ball to Justin Jefferson. It seems that J.J. McCarthy found that out in the second half. And, maybe we could see a more explosive offense from Minnesota heading into week 2.
More NFL news. The 49ers put George Kittle on the IR because they've got 4 games in the next 23 days. Those games will be against the Saints, Cardinals, Jacksonville, and the Rams. So 2 winnable games there. They did waive kicker Jake Moody, who missed a 27-yard field goal at a 36-yarder block. They also got questions. Brock Purdy is going to be available for Sunday. So a lot up in the air right now with this 49er team after a good Week 1 win.
Yeah, they got the win Week 1, but you see Kittle go down, and that's definitely puts a damper on things. And then Jake Moody was such an awesome kicker in college, and he's just not been able to make it stick in the NFL. And he'll probably get another shot down the road. Kickers are kind of 1 week one place, one week the other, but they do have a bunch of pieces, the 49ers do on offense. Obviously, he's more of a fullback, but Kyle Juszczyk, he's a viable option in that tight end spot.
He's been an all-pro how many years in a row now?
It feels like every year that he's been in the NFL. And Jake Tongs is also, had a good Week 1. So I don't think the 49ers are in as bad of a spot as you would think from a team losing an all-pro tight end like Kittle.
Yeah, no, you hope the bet. Well, they got Mac Jones behind Purdy. If he can't go again, they're playing the Saints this week. It's not the worst team to face.
Well, it's definitely one that you can miss a couple of guys and it hopefully not make too big of an impact. Now they did, the Saints did play Arizona very close, but I do think that the 49ers are just too talented.
Some bad news out of Miami. Wide receiver for the Dolphins, their star Tyreek Hill, his estranged wife has alleged in court filings that he committed domestic violence, which he vehemently denies. According to documents obtained by TMZ, Keita Vaccaro alleges 8 separate incidents of domestic violence and filings related to the couple's divorce case. Hill's attorney said in a statement Monday that the allegations are part of a shakedown, adding they are an attempt to generate bad media coverage for Hill. So after his meltdown on the sidelines, his meltdowns with police, his other meltdowns on the sidelines, we shocked by this?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Obviously his defense team saying this is the Vaccaro is using a shakedown tactic to try to get bad press out there for Hill, and I would agree with that if we hadn't seen what we had seen from Tyreek Hill in the last 8 to 10 months. This isn't the first time we've seen this behavior from him. We've seen it last year. We've seen it multiple years ago. I mean, he even got kicked out of college. Back in his days at Oklahoma State for similar instances. So it definitely doesn't look good for Hill. And it just seems that as time keeps going on, we just keep getting more and more bad press about Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, some other NFL news. A modest change to the NFL's kickoff rules made a massive impact in Week 1, producing the highest single-week return rate in 15 years in the league's first slate of regular season games since the touchback was moved to the 35-yard line. Teams returned 118 of 156 kickoffs for a 75% plus return rate. The last time the NFL had a higher return rate for a single week was Week 17 of 2010.
Yeah, it's been a while, and obviously this was the one concern when you brought in the new kickoff rules last year, and you didn't know what to think of it.
Right.
Obviously it was a huge change from what we had been, but it was in efforts to keep players safe. And now that teams have had an offseason to kind of scheme around it, I think it's it's going to become beneficial. Obviously you'll see less injuries, but it's going to be teams using special teams in a more crafty way, and obviously, 75% return rate is insane because, now in college it feels like you never see kickoff returns anymore. You'll just take it at the 25. So I think it's good that the NFL we're starting to see a little more, work on the special team side of things.
So we'll take a look at the week number 2 slate for the NFL coming up here real quick. Thursday night, a really intriguing match of Washington and Green Bay. That's got a lot riding on it for week 2 of the regular season on a short week for both of these guys.
Man, how did that get the Thursday night football game? That's Sunday night football written all over it.
Tennessee.
A great game, obviously, for Thursday night. It's one that people are going to want to watch now.
Right.
I mean, you got 2 1-0 teams that had a lot of questions they needed answered week 1, and I think they sort of found it. Obviously the Commanders didn't have the prettiest game, but got the win over the Giants, and it seems that maybe Jaden Daniels is kind of settling into year number 2, and the Packers, they had all this hype heading into the season. We didn't know where it was coming from, but man, I mean, they demolished Detroit week 1. So you got 2 of the best teams in the NFC. I mean, this could be an NFC, if not a championship game preview, maybe a divisional round.
And we do have on Monday a doubleheader. We've got Tampa at Houston and the Chargers at the Raiders. So I don't know how the Chargers get a Friday night than a Monday. They're getting blessed all over the place. So I'm going to give you the slate of games here, Mike. Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to ask you which one do you think is the cheapest to get into. I think this is turning into one of our favorite games here. So we got Jacksonville at Cincinnati, New York at Dallas, the Giants at Dallas, Bears at the Lions, Rams at the Titans, Patriots at the Dolphins, Niners at the Saints, Buffalo at the Jets, Seahawks at the Steelers, Cleveland at Baltimore, Denver at Indianapolis, Carolina at Arizona, Philadelphia at Kansas City, Atlanta at Minnesota, and we mentioned the 2 Monday night games and the Thursday night game already.
Just because I'm sticking with my thing that the new stadium tickets are really cheap. My first guess is going to be Raiders Chargers.
That is, it's actually in Vegas.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually the most expensive.
Oh, wow.
It's
okay.
at $232.
So maybe it's just the one in LA that my next guess is it's got to be. I'm a toss up between Jaguars, Bengals, and Rams, Titans.
It's actually $129 to get into Jags, Bengals, and it's $51 to get into the Titans.
Well, there's one cheaper than that.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's actually a couple more.
A couple, wow.
Yeah, a couple more cheaper than that.
49ers Saints? I mean, I would figure the 49ers fans would travel well.
It's middle of the road.
Okay.
It's $76 right now.
Man. I mean, it's a rough slate of games. Broncos, Colts?
No, that's not the cheapest.
Wow.
That's $60.
I think I'm out of guesses. I'm going to be shocked. Is it Patriots, Dolphins? That would be my last guess.
That's $70. So
wow.
That's not it. No,
so it's a good. Is it a good team?
Neither of them you wouldn't consider good teams. So it's $34 is the mark to get in.
Oh, is it the Buccaneers Texans game? No,
it's not. That's $47. That's the third cheapest.
And then my last guess, if it's not this one, Panthers Cardinals.
That's the second cheapest at $39.
Oh man, I think
The
I've
Giants at the Cowboys
Really?
is $34.
that was going to be my last guess. I figured
I
Jerry
know,
World
yeah.
would have some pricey tickets, but I guess when the Giants are coming to town, that
Well,
Nobody cares.
The Giants would come to town
Yeah.
and be more expensive than that, but
Wow.
yeah, a lot of craziness.
surprise that one
was
that one
pretty-
really surprising.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked by that. Well, coming up next, we're going to play some Keep 'em and Dump 'em when we return here on Exports Today.
Gifts and goodies galore await you at Miss Millie's in downtown Lawrenceburg. From brands you know and love, like E. Newton Jewelry and Tyler Diva Wash, to unique specialty gifts, you will find it all here. Whether you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you love or shopping for yourself, shopping local is the way to go. We have home goods, women's fashion and accessories, baby items, and lots of seasonal decorations. Our friendly staff will welcome you in, help you find what you need, and even package your gifts for you. Also, we can't forget to tell you about our popular bridal registry. Future brides can come and create their perfect registry with us. So stop by Miss Millie's today. We're located in the northeast corner of the square in downtown Lawrenceburg.
State Line Garage Doors, owned and operated by Justin Gobble, is your trusted local expert in garage door services. Based in Lawrence County, Tennessee, State Line Garage Doors is built on over a decade of hands-on experience, providing reliable repairs, replacements, and installations for all types of garage doors, residential and commercial. They proudly serve our community and the surrounding areas. When you work with State Line Garage Doors, you're not just another job, you're part of our community. Their commitment to quality, transparency, and craftsmanship is at the heart of what they do, and they offer free estimates. State Line Garage Doors. Reach out to discover the difference a company with local roots can make for your home and business.
Pat's Cafe and Catering has been proudly serving customers in Lawrenceburg since 1987. For 4 generations, our family-run cafe has served up delicious breakfast and lunch favorites, with friendly service and a welcoming atmosphere. We also offer full-service catering and can help to make your next party or event a success. For great food and friendly faces, visit us today at Pat's Cafe and Catering.
Working with Gina was great because she really knows this area. I gave her the specifications of what I was looking for, and she took me right to my forever home.
I met Gina when she sold my son's home within 5 days after it hit the market. With my home, from the day the sign hit the yard to the day we signed the papers, Gina was there every step of the way. Her involvement in the sale of my home was the best decision that I made.
We never felt like Gina was pushing us to make a deal with a buyer. She knew what we wanted, and she worked diligently to get us the best offer for our properties.
Working hard for my clients to make their dreams come true. Let me work for you.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
All right, Mike, we're back here on X Sports Today. AJ Good and Michael Marks. And Mike, it's time to play one of our favorite games. It's going to be our Tuesday tradition, along with Trivia Tuesday. It's going to be Keep 'em or Dump 'em. We're going to start off here with college football. Is South Florida the team to beat to get the Group of 5 bid into the playoff?
Yeah, I like this one. I'm going to keep it. Only team in the country right now with 2 ranked wins and a chance at 3 this weekend with a big one against Miami. And this one is one that we saw Florida do the look over.
Yeah.
Is Miami going to overlook my USF as well? Alex Golesh has got a scrappy team, man. They're not really, really good on either side of the ball, but they just play so well together. Their defense was really big in week 2 against Florida. Their offense was big week 1 against Boise. If they can put both of those together, Miami needs to watch out because while they looked good against Notre Dame, they didn't have a big test last week with Bethune-Cookman, so it's definitely a testy one right there, and especially with Miami and Florida being the following week. So
Any other group of 5 teams kind of catching your eye here in the early going that could be potentially tough teams that would face challenges?
I would say I have 2. Toledo really impressed me this last week, shutting down Western Kentucky. You know, they looked like one of the early favorites with Maverick McIver, but they shut down that pass defense, and they looked really good against Kentucky, who, you know, fared pretty well against Ole Miss this past week. So I think Toledo's a tough one. And then UNLV, the other 3-0 team in the country, along with Iowa State, they've looked really good under Dan Mullen. Anthony Calandri has been the guy. They do lose backup quarterback Alex Orji to an injury, and you know that could take a wrinkle out of their offense. But if their defense keeps improving, I don't see why they couldn't be the group of 5 opponent, and they were probably the first team out last year.
Keep them or dump it, Mike. John Mateer is the Heisman favorite right now.
Yeah, I'm keeping this one as well. I think John Mateer is what everybody wanted to see out of Arch. And just his way to, you know, that he can move with his legs. His arm is tremendous. Right now, I mean, Oklahoma hasn't had the toughest schedule. Obviously, they had, you know, a big matchup with Michigan last weekend. But as of right now, I don't think anybody's had as big of a moment as Mateer has had so far. But Tommy Castellano is a close second.
Keep it or dump it. We need to pump the brakes on the Arch Manning, Bryce Underwood hype.
Yeah, big time. I don't know. You know, somebody asked the question about Arch's shoulder because, you know, there were video. I don't know if it was this past week or week 1 of him grimacing throwing the ball, and you know, it looked like he had a shoulder issue. Sark quickly shot that one down in a press conference, but what coach isn't going to do that? I think that he could be nursing some sort of a shoulder issue, which has caused him to not be able to throw the ball as well this year. And you know, I said it yesterday when we were talking about Michigan. They just don't have enough weapons for Underwood to be able to utilize them. You know, because this isn't 2010. Cam Newton can't come in and win you a national championship anymore. You need more pieces around him, and he just doesn't have that on offense right now.
It's up to personal for you. Keep it or dump it, Mike. Did Tennessee win the Nico trade?
Oh, 100%. I mean, just through 2 weeks, I mean, you know, there are talks of Tennessee and Georgia, you know, being a huge game, being a big chance for Tennessee to get a win. And I think if Nico's the quarterback and what we've seen from him this year, if he was on this Tennessee roster, they might be 1-1 right now. They might not be 2-0. But for UCLA, you kind of feel for them because they were really excited getting Nico because, you know, they were I think 2-10, 3-9 last year, not a great team, and you bring in a 5-star transfer for, you know, that's a local kid, and you're thinking, this is a big pickup, and it's just been turnover after missed throw. So as of right now, I think Saturday will tell us a lot more of who won the Nico and Joey trade.
Keep it and dump it. Dabo Swinney's lost a step in the coaching game.
He definitely seems a step behind. You know, he was the kind of the darling of the you know, the late 2010s, early 2020s with what he had going at Clemson. But really, since the COVID season, you know, they made the playoff in 2020. But really, since Ohio State beat them in that playoff game in 2020, we just haven't seen the same Clemson again.
Keep it or dump it. Vandy, if they beat South Carolina at South Carolina on Saturday, is a serious playoff contender.
I don't know if playoff contender, but definitely something you need to keep an eye on going into it, because South Carolina's had tremendous, you know, success over Vanderbilt the last decade and a half. And it would be a huge win for Vanderbilt. You know, we've talked about with some of our local high school games that, you know, if you can get this rivalry game, it can open up the entire season for you. I think this is a very similar situation with Vanderbilt.
Keep it or dump it. Iowa State at 3-0 right now, the Big 12 favorite, and might be a team getting a bye in the first round of the playoff.
If there's a team from the Big 12 that will get a first-round bye, it will be Iowa State. They've looked just really solid this year. They're not tremendous on either side of the ball, but their defense gets stops when they need it. I mean, we saw that against Iowa Saturday. But their offense, they can move the ball really either on the ground or through the air. We've seen Rocco Beck take a huge step up this year, and I think the sky's the limit for this Iowa State team, especially from what we've seen from other early favorites in the conference like Kansas State and Arizona State early in the year.
Keep it or dump it. Can Oregon be the top team in the Big Ten again?
You know, we get the a lot of questions about Oregon in the Big Ten because it's just such a strange fit. And, you know, we saw that big game last year with them and Ohio State. And, you know, I wasn't too high on them coming into the season. You know, we saw them lose Dylan Gabriel, to lose all the talent they had from last year, and you know, go with a new guy in Dante Moore. But I mean, they've looked really good with him. Their offense has scored 59 points week 1, 69 week 2. But the Big Ten's a little tougher this year. They got to travel to Penn State. That'll be a whiteout. They got to they get Oregon, and they get USC. So there are some tough teams on this schedule, but I think they dodged a bullet with Ohio State, and it puts them in a good spot early in the Big Ten.
Keep it or dump it. Billy Napier in Florida loses at LSU. His job will be on the line once again.
If it isn't already there, that game will definitely put it over the edge. Again, this was a game where he saved his job last year, but Florida's got a really rough schedule, and there's no hiding that, and just how they fared against USF. I mean, this Florida team might win 3 or 4 games,
right?
And I saw something that I thought was really funny, and what if they're 2-9 heading into their last game against Florida State? And Florida State gives them a 2-10 season the following year. I just think it'd be really funny. But Florida needs to watch out, or Alex Golesh might be their head coach next year.
Keep it or dump it. Sam Pittman is off the hot seat if Arkansas wins at Ole Miss on Saturday.
Yeah, I think this game is actually really interesting to me because it's Taylor Green year 2 in that Bobby Petrino system, and he's looked really good so far. Ole Miss on the other hand with Austin Simmons, their new quarterback, has not fared too well. He's been a bit of a turnover problem, and this is an Arkansas team that if you give them extra possessions, they can score with the best of them. So I think that I don't know if it'll take him completely off the hot seat, but it'll definitely cool it off for a little bit for Sam Pittman getting a win this Saturday.
After an 0-2 start already this year at MTSU, should Derek Mason be on the hot seat?
It was a strange hire going after former Vandy coach Derek Mason for MTSU, and it just hasn't been good days in Murfreesboro since the Rick Stockstill era, and I don't know if it's time for him to be on the hot seat, but he's definitely got some big time prove it games that come in this season.
Yeah. Now let's switch on over to the NFL. Keep it or dump it. Daniel Jones is back.
I'm all on it. Danny Dimes is back. I saw something we should call him Indiana Jones now with the Colts, but he made a dormant offense look very good on Saturday. Peyton Manning was the quarterback of the Colts for forever. Yeah. Never had a game where they scored on every drive. Andrew Luck, who was seen as a generational talent for the Colts, had a ton of games there. Never had a game where they scored every drive. Daniel Jones only took him one game to do it. So, I really do think the sky's the limit with Daniel Jones. And, with having so many unknown pieces, a bunch of new names on this Colts team, I think it's made them really interesting.
Keep it or dump it. Mike McDaniel will be the first coach fired in the NFL this year.
I have a hard time finding somebody else that's in a worse spot than him.
Daboll at the Giants might be.
And with what he's doing with his quarterback room, it's definitely going to be a race out the door for those two. Yeah. But McDaniel, it was cool that first year because he wasn't a football guy. He wasn't like a player. He was more that nerdy guy that understood football. And now that's starting to wear off. Right. And the Miami's tired of those 8 and 9 seasons, and things have only gotten worse. And now you could be looking at a 6 or 7 win team this year. I don't know if this year is the year he gets the can, but it's definitely coming in the next 2 to 3 years.
Keep it or dump it. Is Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh? Is that his Brett Favre 1 year left moment?
We talked about it leading into week 1, and I believe it now. Yeah. I didn't know what we would see from Aaron Rodgers because we haven't seen a good game. We haven't seen Aaron Rodgers look like Aaron Rodgers since he left Green Bay, and this was the first time he looked like Green Bay Aaron Rodgers, and I think it's a great sign for the Steelers. And again, if they can get that defense to wake up, Pittsburgh could be a team to watch this year.
Keep it or dump it. Chicago wishes they still had Justin Fields.
Oh, big time. I mean, he looked, he's not a gunslinger by any stretch of the imagination, but he looked much better. He looked more comfortable in the Jets offense than Caleb Williams did in the Bears offense last night. I don't know if they wish they still had Fields because there was obviously some rough times with that, but I think Chicago wished they had somebody else. Not sure who though.
Keep it or dump it. The Titans should be thrilled with their defensive performance on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Nix was looked at as one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL, and they made him look elementary. I mean, multiple turnovers. They really kept them in that game for as long as they could. It's been one of the quieter talks, but Titans' defense was really stingy on Sunday, and if they can get that, 10 to 12 weeks of the season, I think it'll make it easier for them to pick up a couple wins.
Keep it or dump it. Green Bay is the best team in the NFL.
I'm going to dump that one. Okay. From what I saw from I get their defense didn't look great, but just the way Buffalo came back Sunday night, they really won some respect over for me because down 15 with 5 minutes to go, 5 or so minutes to go, There's no chance unless you got Josh Allen, because I mean that dude is just amazing in late game opportunities. So right now I got Buffalo as my number 1 team, but Green Bay's definitely number 2.
Yeah, I have one off the top of my head, and I just can't remember. It's right there. I was like, my mind got the song. Oh, there it is. Should Buffalo and Baltimore, despite an exciting 41-40 win, should both of those teams be worried about their defense?
Whew, they looked rough Sunday night. I don't think so. I think week 1 is your one opportunity to look sloppy on both sides of the ball and kind of get a pass for it. I'm one of those big believers that you learn more in week 2 than you do in week 1. Yeah. I think week 2 will tell us more about that, but after week 1, there are definitely a lot of red flags from both of those teams' defenses.
Yeah. And, Baker Mayfield. Should he be considered a top 5 quarterback?
If you look at maybe some of his win-loss records and some of his personality and kind of how he handles himself, I would say yes. Yeah. His stats don't back that up necessarily, but I mean that's one of those guys that is just a football guy. He's one of those guys who goes out there, lays it all on the line every Sunday, and it's a guy that I love watching him play. Skill-wise, he's not there with the Allens and the Mahomes and the Burrows and guys like that, but out of that middle group, I think he is probably number 1.
Okay. And one more. Is there pause for concern in Cincinnati after they were down at one point to the Browns before making a big comeback to win that game?
I don't think so, and for the only reason I say that is they've had such a rough time in week 1 over years past, and it's too many of those LSU players up there bringing a bad mojo, but they finally got one in week 1. They're 1-0 for the first time. I'm pretty sure in the first time in Burrow's career they're 1-0, so I think it was a big win for them, and it allows them to kind of grow, because how many seasons does it feel like where we look at the Bengals after in the middle of September and they're 1-4?
Right.
And so I think
happened a lot.
being able to start off 1-0 again, it was against a bad team. You didn't look great, but you got to win, and I think you just take the positive from that and kind of move on.
All right. Well, coming up next, Mike, we're going to take a look at Trivia Tuesday. College football style will be next when we return.
Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy of being a family-owned and operated company. Since 1927, our business has grown and evolved into today's one-stop source for all your automotive supplies. But in that time, one thing has stayed the same, and that's our commitment to our customers and their needs. At Volco Auto Supply, you'll find everything for your car, truck, or even fleet of vehicles, but with good old-fashioned customer service the way it needs to be. That's Volco Auto Supply, 416 Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg. Visit VolcoAuto.com. Want to take the next steps in taking care of your health? Tennessee Valley Allergy Services can make your goals a reality. Their team of doctors, nurses, and medical professionals are dedicated to providing allergy care and treatment, such as drops and shots, to fit your exact needs. Their expert services are for anyone ages 2 and older. Whether you struggle with environmental or food allergies, they've got you covered. Discover a better you at Tennessee Valley Allergy Services, located right next to the Zaxby's in Lawrenceburg. Book online or call 931-325-0757 to schedule your appointment today.
Efficiency, reliability, accuracy. Move forward with your real estate sale or purchase with Title and Escrow of Lawrence County, the most experienced closing team around. Working with clients locally and throughout the state, we offer a wide range of services, including the expertise of an on-staff attorney, backed by our more than 49 years experience in titles and closings. We get the job done on time at a fair price and ensure every last detail is correct. Our goal is to give you peace of mind. When you work with us, you work with people who live where you do. We understand the importance of the real estate community and strive to build strong relationships with all parties involved in the process. Whether you're buying a home, selling a business, acquiring land, or anything in between, you're in good hands with Title and Escrow of Lawrence County.
Put the most experienced closing team on your side. Contact Title and Escrow of Lawrence County today.
Good Works at Home, formerly known as The Summit at Home, is a licensed non-skilled agency dedicated to helping you maintain your independence at home for as long as possible. Our compassionate and caring staff provide support in various areas, including dressing, bathing, personal hygiene, transportation, cleaning, and companionship. Please call our office about services, payment options, and long-term care policies at 931-762-2310. We look forward to assisting you with keeping your independence longer.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to X Sports Today. AJ Good here with Michael Marks. And Mike, it's now time for Trivia Tuesday. It's going to be a college football and a college basketball.
Love it.
Question. So, for college football, we're talking home field advantage.
Oh.
So, I'm there. I got to count them first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 18 teams in college football that have a average margin of victory in their home stadium of 10 points or more.
Okay. Ooh. Well, that's a good timing.
Oh, just in time.
Perfect.
Just in time to help them out with trivia.
Yeah.
I figured I was about to get to the trivia.
Yes. We're talking home field advantage, Taylor. And we're going to start with college football, then we're going to go to college basketball. There are 18 teams in college football when at home average 10 points or better as far as margin of victory is 10 points or higher.
Right.
First one that comes to my mind just because of what happened last Saturday, Alabama.
They are there. They average a 13.35 points victory there in their current stadium, 101, 31, and 1 all time.
Georgia's on there.
Georgia?
I guess they're on there.
They're not on here.
Really? Okay.
Alabama came to town too many times. Is Florida on here?
Florida.
They had some down years in the 2010s.
15.79. Currently at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, 93-25-0.
Yeah.
At the Swamp.
When Spurrier had those guys going in there, they were good.
Penn State.
Penn State is on here, 11.22. They're in a current Beaver Stadium, 91-39-0.
Is Ohio State on here?
Number 2.
Okay.
19.04.
Wow.
Average margin of victory at the current Horseshoe, 114-19-1.
I know that they've been. I'm going to go ahead and say Oregon. I figured they should be on there. I know that they've been the best that they've been in like a short period of time, at least, but
barely. 10.58. They're 102-36 at home in their current at Autzen Stadium.
Yeah.
What number is what's the margin of victory for number 1? Because I'm impressed that
19.56.
Wow. Okay. Is it a Notre Dame or a Michigan?
It's an ACC team.
Ooh.
Had a really good run in the 90s and 2000s.
It's Miami.
Miami is on this list.
Okay.
But
it's Florida State.
Florida State is number 1. Miami is on this list. 13.12 average margin of victory at home. Miami is 89-32 at their. Well, I think this is combined with the Orange Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Florida State in their current stadium, 109-25-0.
Wow.
What was their margin of victory?
19.56.
Jeez.
That's
got bumped
crazy.
up a bit from Saturday.
Yeah. Whew, I mean, they looked really good at home this year.
Who else we got?
Is Michigan on here?
Like, what numbers we missing?
Well, there's no numbers.
Okay.
It's just, okay.
You're just guessing.
You're just guessing.
Michigan is not on here. Oh, yeah, actually, they are. My bad.
Okay.
98-34-1 all time in their current stadium, 12.37 average margin of victory at home.
See, I'm trying to think of these teams that just anytime a cupcake comes to town, they just put like 70 on them, and that makes me think Ole Miss. But Lane Kiffin hasn't been there nearly long enough.
Oklahoma.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Number 4, 15.84. They're 97-25 at their current.
A lot of those past really good teams.
Is Texas on here?
Texas is 11.77, 90-34 at their stadium.
Is USC on this list?
I was just about to say
the
that.
Coliseum.
10.62, 96-40-2 all time at home.
I'm trying to think of all the teams that were really good before I was born.
Georgia was just on the outside of this list, 9.76. They're 83-33 at their current state.
What about Tennessee?
Tennessee is not on the
Okay.
list.
We're pretty bad at home, and before I got there.
I'll give you guys some group of
Oh,
fives.
is LSU on here?
LSU?
Completely forgot about them.
Yeah.
Not on here.
What about Clemson?
Clemson is on here. 101, 30-1 all time, 12.57 average margin of victory at home.
So they might be the better Death Valley.
Yeah.
From the sounds of things.
Boise State is number 3, 18.73. They're 54-13 all time. At number 12 is Marshall. 11.99
Really? All right.
all time at home, 83-23 at Jones C. Edwards Stadium. Remember, some of those were the Randy Moss FCS years. I got to see a few of those butt kickings. Toledo, 11.66. They are 96-27-2.
Wow.
Currently at their stadium. Fresno State, 10.34 all time at their stadium, 61-24-1. I think those are the group of fives.
Well, they did have 6 years of Carr quarterbacks, so that probably helped.
So you've got Florida State, Ohio State, Boise, Oklahoma, Florida. BYU.
Whoa.
Is sitting here at 6, 68-18, 13.76. Nebraska right behind them.
Yeah.
I was thinking
6. Yep. 94-37. You mentioned Alabama, Miami, Clemson, Michigan, said Marshall, Texas, Toledo. Virginia Tech. 11,
Ooh, Lane Stadium.
11.48, 84-36 at Lane Stadium. You said Oregon. The last one that you guys haven't mentioned is Wisconsin.
Camp Randall. That place is a tough place to play.
10.14. They're 87-43-3, and right on the outside of the 10-plus list is MTSU.
Whoa.
56-26. Wow. I think that this cut off at 2023.
Okay.
This list, but they average margin of victory of 9.93.
Whoa.
At whatever they call that place. So no offense. I just don't know
that was
off the top of my head.
MTSU. Wow.
Now, how about average? Let me find the top 10. I got to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Top 10 college football average road margin of victory.
Ooh.
Now, margin of victory in a win on the road.
What's the number one's number? What is the
12.05.
Whoa.
There's actually two. There's only 3 with average margins of victory of above 10.
Is Alabama one of those?
They're number 3, 10.96.
Is Oklahoma one of those?
They are 7.89. They are 6th.
Florida State.
Number 4, 9.61.
Nebraska.
They are not.
Penn State.
They are not.
Georgia.
Number 9, 6.78. They're 79-37-1 all time on the road. Wow. Up till 2020.
Right.
Okay. I gotta think about that.
Right on the outside is BYU, 6.51. Virginia Tech's right behind them, 6.24. BYU 61-25-1. Virginia Tech 77-43-1.
Trying to think of just USC. That's what
They're number 10, 6.59.
Notre Dame.
Not on the list.
Okay.
They weren't on the other list.
Yeah.
What is LSU on this list?
They are not.
Is Clemson on that list?
They are not.
Okay.
So
LSU either home or away.
Would you say this is more like teams that are you just think of traditional powerhouses?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only one group of 5, and they're actually they're number 2. The group of 5 is number 2 on the list.
Is it Boise State again?
It is
Okay.
12.05. They're actually no. They're tied for first
Oh.
with number 1 at 12:05.
And we haven't gotten number 1 yet.
Boise's 48-14 on the road up till 2023.
Ohio State.
Number 1.
They are okay.
130-2.
Wow.
On the road.
So this is between what years?
The beginning of college football up till 2023.
Up till 2023. Okay. Wow.
Well, maybe I don't feel so bad about that playoff game last year.
So you've gotten the top 4.
Have I said Texas yet for this one?
They are on a 7-3-3, 78-42-0 all time. So you've gotten 10. 1 through 4. 6. 10.
Okay.
Did you guys say Texas?
Yeah.
Okay. You got 7. So you're missing 3.
Oregon?
They're not. You got me curious about LSU. I might have to look it up here in a second.
I'm shocked they're not on at least one of the lists.
Well, they weren't really good before Nick Saban got there. They didn't have a great 90s.
That's true.
This is just margin of victory.
Yeah.
Right.
Wins.
Yeah. And if they have that margin of victory, that's the record that you're giving.
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, it's not the all-time.
I'm about to say it's like Ohio State only had 2 losses.
Yeah, it's margin of victory.
Yeah. Any West Coast still on there?
You've got 2 SEC and a Big Ten.
Okay. I'm guessing OG Big Ten.
Yeah. Because that's interesting. Because now I'm thinking, like, is Wisconsin on there? No. Really weird one. Is Minnesota on here?
No.
Okay.
It's Michigan.
Whoa. Oh,
7
we didn't say
points.
Michigan.
We didn't say
7
Michigan.
points better on the road.
Wow.
Number 5 is Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Okay.
8.08. Florida's 80-38 all time. And Georgia.
Oh, wow.
I think you guys did.
We
I think we did
Georgia.
we did say Georgia.
Yeah. Troy, 3-8-6 better on the road when they
wow.
win, but they're only 39-30 on the road. Let's look up. Hey, my Mountaineers 2 points better on the road. Marshall's 1.5 better on the road when they win. Now they calculated true home field advantage, which is like all these different factors, how you are on the road, your record, and all this. Guess who's at the top of the list on a true home field advantage?
Is it something that we would think of, or is this like a really
This
dumb
is
one?
like out of left field.
Yeah.
Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, they are. 5,
Really?
8, 5. I need to see his explanation for this. Each team's okay. The data taken to each team's games between 1989 and 2021.
Okay.
So this is. I should have read that part. My
Yeah.
bad.
So this isn't
So teams-
all time almost. Yeah.
And, okay, this data was taken for each team for games between 1989 and 2021 in conference play only.
Okay.
So in their so the games that matter,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
you could say. So his number. Okay, so the best is Middle Tennessee, followed by Cincinnati 5.78, Hawaii 5.73.
Wow.
East Carolina 5.5.
I mean, when you think about it, these are some they aren't the biggest schools, but these are tough places to play during that time at least.
Rice is 5.35, Marshall 5.27, UTEP 5.18, Iowa State 5.
Well, that's
Florida State
the
5.
first
Big
power,
school, yeah.
Yeah, Power 4.
Yeah, so again, we're talking conference games from
Yeah.
1989 to 2021. Maybe I should have read that. Okay.
Who cares?
All right, here we go. So home court advantage in basketball. It's the same website here. Okay, so how we go about calculating them is an important question. If they determine the better, okay. We've compared each team's home scoring margin, average points a team loses or wins by, to their scoring margin on the road since 2006. So I'm guessing this is up to 2021. The average difference between those two numbers gives us what we call the true home court, which is this is the number of points better a team is at home versus a road or neutral court. Okay.
So just because 2006 was the year they hired Pearl, I want to throw
Yeah.
Tennessee in there.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. No, Tennessee is not on
Okay.
here. There's an in-state team that is on this list.
It'd be Vanderbilt,
No.
Or is it Memphis?
It is Memphis.
Memphis, yeah.
So 70. So their true advantage is 4.85 when they're playing
Okay.
at the FedEx Forum. You got some big names and some not big names.
Is Alabama on there?
No.
Okay.
Let's throw Duke and Carolina in there.
No.
No.
Neither.
Is this road or home?
No, this is the true advantage.
True advantage.
We'll get to the margin of victory
Okay.
Here in a minute.
Florida?
No.
Is Kansas in here?
Number 2, 5-1-8. So again, this is their margin of victory as opposed to their neutral or road margin of victory. 5-1-8.
Indiana.
No Big Tens on this.
No Big Tens. Any SECs besides, or no SECs?
No.
Well, that's right. You said Memphis wasn't Tennessee.
Yeah. How many of these are power conference schools? And I will count the Big East in power conference because I consider them one in basketball at least.
2, 3. You got 3
Okay.
power. Kansas is 72-4 at home.
How many of them are in the Big East? How many of those 3?
There is 1 Big East team.
Okay.
Villanova.
No.
Is Georgetown still good enough in this time? No.
Big East team is not on the coast. Oh, that's the only-
Xavier?
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
5-3-5, 63-8.
Wow.
I would say my
It's a tough
next
place to
guess is
play.
going to be Marquette, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they're on the coast of a lake.
No, I'm wrong. There's another in-state team on this list at number 4.
In the same state as Xavier?
No, same state as Tennessee.
Oh.
State of Tennessee.
Is it like Lipscomb or Belmont?
Belmont. 73-7, 3-8-9 is their true advantage at home.
Hey, Belmont's fared really well.
Number 10 is North Dakota State, 4-7-8.
Okay.
VCU.
Yeah, they were
401.
good.
401. Louisville at 364. Xavier, BYU 453. Davidson 296 or 69-12. Belmont, Memphis, Kansas, and number 1 is Gonzaga.
Gonzaga. Didn't think about them.
Yeah, I mean
that should have been an obvious one
because that was about the time they got Mark Few.
Their average margin of victory, Gonzaga, is 19.18. Kansas 17.28. Actually, I did this average margin of victory. Man, I cannot read worth a darn today. I apologize. Memphis 16.45. Belmont 16 point. Average margin of victory. Davidson 15.38. BYU. Okay. Let's get to the actual number. Average margin of victory. So the true home court advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I got to remember the conferences these teams are in. What conference are they? Okay. This is random. But number 1, Denver is number 1. 703 is their home, their true advantage. 57-17. Number 2 is an SEC. Number 3, Big 12. Number 4, SEC. Number 5, ACC. Number 6, Big 10. Number 7, Big 12. Number 8, MAC. Number 9, Conference USA. Well, 9 and 10 are Conference USA.
Okay, so the first SEC, is that Kentucky?
No.
Oh.
Florida.
No.
Auburn?
No.
Arkansas.
It is. And number 2, 6-6-3.
And the next one was a Big 12 team, so that's Kansas.
No.
No, it's not Kansas. Ooh.
Texas Tech.
No. So it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing, this number is. It's just proving that you're better at home than what you are on the road.
Baylor?
No.
Oh, is it Arizona? No.
Old or new Big 12?
Original.
Original.
Yeah, they were Big 8 and went to the Big 12.
Okay.
So your Conference USA schools, 10 and 9, Missouri State and New Mexico State.
Oh, so those are even new
Yeah.
CUSA teams. Okay.
The MAC school is Toledo.
Toledo, yep.
Yeah, they've gotten pretty good. Your Big 12 schools, Kansas State and Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
I was thinking Oklahoma State.
Your Big 10 is Nebraska, which if you look at their average margin of victory at home versus their average margin of loss or average margin of victory on the road is like night and day.
Yeah.
Way better than Lincoln.
Well, I think they just recently, like in the past 2 or 3 years, got their first NCAA tournament win in a long time.
Wake Forest is the ACC team. and then the other SEC team is Missouri. So Missouri is 58.
Because I was thinking them for one of the Big 8 schools that went to the Big 12.
I need to find better metrics than what I did. That wasn't a good Trivia Tuesday on my part.
No, I think it was. I think it was
really
funny
good
because it was so out of left field.
Yeah. I was like, I probably should have researched that a little bit better than what I just did there, so I apologize to everybody. But next week, I'm going to have a lockdown.
There we go.
There's some really big curveballs out there. But, hey, I think we all learned something.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't play at Denver.
Yeah.
Maybe you should. You're just not going to win by it. So that will do it for X Sports today. So for Taylor Plott and Michael Marks, I'm AJ Good. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
We're keeping it short today.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.